Hello everyone, you are here at ESA Marathon watching Break the Record Live featuring Dark Souls Remastered, where 7 speedrunners attempt to break the world record over the course of 3 days in the All Bosses Magic Route category. We are on our final day, and honestly, we are in the thick of things. 7 runners online right now, all in good places of the run. So much is going on that we're going to try
Oh,
and take you through. Did we just
except
lose something?
we
We just
lost
lost
snacks.
snacks?
Yeah.
Ugh. Just
Oh no.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
What happened?
I
Uh,
didn't see. I just saw the timer being reset to 0.
Damn.
right. So we are on our final day. Lots of run going on. Unfortunate for Nax here. Energy and competition couldn't be any higher. These runners are competing to win a portion of a $5,000 prize pool, generously provided by our sponsor Kaspersky. This event being made possible by Twitch, so thank you, Twitch. In this last day, the runners' standings on leaderboard couldn't be more important. They're resetting as many times as they need to get the pace that they need to take a world record, even better event time. Um, Right now, the world record that stands was broken at this event by Catalyst yesterday with a 102.30. We are trying to follow along with several runs here to see whether anyone has a world record potential, potentially even Olsku here, but seems to have lost a bit of time. My name is Ashwin. I'll be your host for next while, along with 2 knowledgeable Speedsouls members, Captain and Alibaba, that will be taking you through the commentary and helping you keep track of all these runs happening at the moment. Hello, guys.
Hello.
What are your
Hello.
thoughts? What are your thoughts on what's going on now?
My thoughts are, oh my god, this run! I
Is it?
somehow forgot to split Quillag, so
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So that's why we're losing time here for Olsku. Just forgot to split Quayleg, but that's okay.
yeah. There
All
we go,
fixed.
back.
Same pace from 26.4 to what is it? 28.6 on pace.
It's insane, man.
So what is Olsku's potential here? With this pace that he has now? Best
Uh,
possible time of 102.41.
yeah. So not quite
A world
not quite
record.
what it needs. Still like 6 seconds behind his personal best, but it's very good if he can get to that already, because the 103.11 was a bomber, so it's really cool to get new splits. Really motivating, I assume.
Mhm.
And
We
also
also
he won't have like this insane early game splits to run against anymore.
Yeah, that's actually really true.
I shouldn't say these kind of things. I'm jinxing it now.
No, it's okay. You can just blame it all on me. That's what everyone's been doing this event. If anything goes wrong, it's because I'm the one calling out the good pacing that's happening.
Yeah, even PB is possible, and even like it's not only about climbing higher on the leaderboards. It's also about securing your spot, and getting a PB would just make it that much harder for Dan to claim the second spot. So always remember that it's not only about getting up, but also securing the position.
Yeah, because Olsku's at 103.11 here in his second
Mhm.
place. Dan is at 103.43. Not very far off.
Good
So
opening
like,
from Fire Sage. Nope.
Ah,
Oh, that was a weird opening. That was just a
That's-
melee opening.
yeah, that was okay.
Maybe again a remaster meme. I don't remember seeing that. To be fair, I haven't fought Fire Sage in years. Like since I don't know, how old is the Fire Sage elevator clip? Like I'm used to
it's
just not having his AI disabled on
it's.
the original.
I think it's late 2017.
Oh my god, that plunge looked so sketchy.
Yeah, I was
I
about
just
to
saw it
say.
now.
Yeah. I was about to give him like kudos for like doing the plunge, but it looked a little bit on the sketchy side.
Like he bounced against something mid-fall.
I was convinced that would not work at all.
Alright. So Nax is back in the early game. Mintius heading towards just finishing up Hydra. Gonna do Moonlight and Seath afterwards. Catalyst going to Seath right now. Gentov also close to finishing up a run. Same with Dan. So the minute Olsku's run wraps up, and we really do hope that he cements his second place here, 2 other runs that we need to be keeping our eyes on. This is a lot happening because Dan is right now doing seal skip right into Four Kings Arena. Hopefully, let's pull him up here for a second while we wait until Olsku makes his way down to Bed of Chaos. That's gonna take a second. If he gets this one king, because I think that's what we're watching for. Did that attack
Oh,
just
he's
go
going-
straight over?
No, he did hit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome. That's pretty much perfect.
That
Very,
was
very
literally
nice.
that was literally perfect.
Yeah.
Well done,
Yeah, so
Dan.
I think he's doing that on purpose to go like kind of on the side of the king, because usually, like, you know, every enemy in the game, they try to face you when you attack. When they attack you, they try to like be in front of you, but not the first king on the very first attack. Like, he spawns in a very specific, facing a very specific direction, and even if you're not in that direction, he will just attack. And so here, Dan didn't have to dodge anything because he did like the overhead swipe, which just completely misses because Dan was on the side. So
Nice. Makes up 5 seconds there on his pace. That was really well done. It was not far off from his best possible either. Like 2 seconds off. All
maybe you
right.
can switch to Ghent, which is about to do the out of bound, and he's also on a pretty good run.
Okay.
Currently 2 minutes and 37 seconds ahead, according to the splits at least, but I don't know how much we can
Nice.
trust those splits anymore.
Yeah. Also, Olsku making it into Bed of Chaos, so let's hope for no Firestorm for Olsku, because that's the run that we really kind of want to keep our eyes on here in a moment. 28 seconds ahead of his PB, with a possible of 102.41. Alright, Gentov.
Let's see how this goes.
No insane keyboard setup, though. I like how he kills the rat first, like, just in case.
Yeah.
But I think it's a bit of a loss, though, to, like, just preemptively kill the rats. I think the most interesting strat I've seen done is by Mintius, who just, like, casts the Homing Soul Mass in case, like, he needs to cast it at the rat.
I think he's jumping a bit too close. Like, you kind of,
Yeah.
it's surprisingly, you need to jump from surprisingly far away for this railing jump, but I think he's being tiny bit too, like, he's not going far back enough, I think.
I'm gonna switch back
There
to
we go.
Olsku here, because as Gentov makes it over the railing, he did finish Bed of Chaos.
Nice.
Okay.
Got a second there. And what you said, all he has to do is make sure he doesn't say no here.
Yeah.
And to Firelink.
And now for the final stretch.
What is this looking like? Is this going to beat his... no, it's not going to even beat his PB, but it will be an event PB.
Yeah,
it seems
will
like.
be an event PB, and finally a 102. So that's really, really nice. Finally a run, you know, without any major mistakes. Pretty much just not the
RNG.
greatest early game. So he definitely has the potential to grab the record, and he will keep going. That's for sure.
I hope so. I hope we do see more runs from Olsku.
Alright,
Okay.
good RT start setup.
So this could be like a 102.40. It looks like.
Yeah, definitely sub 102.50 at least.
This Black Knight with the great sword always freaks me out.
Yeah, he can be a bit finicky. Oh my god, Gentov, what are you doing?
Getting blocked by those
Yeah.
skeletons.
Kind of go on the left of that skeleton.
The important
Kata
thing,
also...
though.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Kata also has a good run going, so that's definitely something we need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, Dan, though, getting closer and Gentov ending this run. But Olsku, chance right now to cement his second place, to get below 103, sub 103. I think that's what he's looking for right now. All he needs to do is parry Gwyn,
Yeah, it all comes
Dark
down
beat
to
to the
this.
base. Let's hope it goes well for Olsku.
Ah,
Alright, got the
nice.
parry
Nice.
off. Oh,
And the one shot.
Alright.
That's an even PB. That's awesome. I'm really happy.
Yeah, I think he
that was
needed
really
it.
nice.
The mouse movement.
102.44 by Olsku.
Very impressive.
Very well done. Event PB for Olsku. Unfortunately, not a real PB because in the qualifying period, he did have a 102.35, 1 second behind the world record of 102.34 in the qualifying period. So, if anything, this is just wonderful for Olsku. It really shows us exactly how much of a good pace he can keep in these runs, how well he can actually do, and his potential to take that world record away. So, he's 14 seconds right now behind Catalyst. Catalyst is not safe. He's doing the thing, scanning his splits right now, taking a look at what could go better next time, where he can make potential
look at
saves.
that. He was plus 30 on his slowest point. He was at plus 35 seconds, and he only needs 15 of those seconds to grab the record. So, he doesn't even need to get like that great of an early game, just a slightly better one. And then keep the steady pace going, and he can definitely grab the record. So
Yeah, he could definitely snatch it before the end of the event.
Yeah, I really hope that happens for him. I really hope that he does keep going. But you know, it's so interesting with like Olsku, like something like bad or good happens to him. For the most part, he's collected unless something really unexpected happens. He's like so stoic sitting here. But yeah, who do we want to watch now? Really happy for Olsku. Let's see if he gets more runs in today.
I guess we can switch to Kada.
All right. Let's see, what is Catalyst up to? Also, at a good pace. Like, we did say earlier that if Catalyst manages to get a run going, it's very possible.
Yeah, it's gonna be a time loss here, unfortunately, because
Sif hopped away.
Sif is a meme.
Yeah, never a good Sif, sadly.
Okay, 3 seconds lost. Still in the green, though. Best possible time of 101.53.
Nice. That's really nice.
But if we've seen anything, is that Catalyst can keep a pace up, even with like competing with his best possible. So.
Oh, did Gentov forgot to cast Hidden Body? He quit it out because skeletons were sprinting at him. I think he didn't cast Hidden Body.
We've seen people like accidentally cast like wrong spells before, Nito, in this event as well. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that was the best thing he could do though, because he has a 112.03, and his pace right now, 2 minutes and 20 seconds ahead of his PB. If we can rely on those with the best possible time of 109, so he could get this like sub 110 for the event.
That would be awesome if all the runners end up with sub 110s.
Yeah, I think that's what
cool.
Argic was kind of hoping for that in this event. If anything, at least all the runners can get a sub 110. So Olsku here actually going offline.
Oh, I guess he's taking a break.
Maybe
A
taking a
well-deserved
break. Especially after that run. I would want to do that like at 30 minutes, 1 hour tops, and then come back into it, because we are like 6.5 hours in, and there's still like about 5.5 hours left of this day for runs, if I'm not mistaken. So there's still a lot of time to grind out more runs if he wants to. And I think most runners will, and that's what makes day 3 so intense. Because
perfect RNG for Keta.
He must be happy
really
with that.
nice.
Alright, Gentov doing the Izalith segment now, with Quailag first before diving into Izalith. Dan making his way to Nito. Yeah, just 2 runs that are very close here, in terms of closing them off.
What is Dan's pace? Yeah, I think it seems like Dan can't PB anymore, unfortunately.
Dan can't PB anymore. Let's see. 27 seconds behind.
Yeah, with a 103.57 best possible time.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, he's just been having a hard time getting runs going. I want to ask you guys a question. At this point, if you notice that you're 27 seconds behind, and your best possible is reading like, past your PB or event time, would you reset at this point, or would you keep going?
On my own stream, I would probably keep going. Personally, I like, finishing, not finishing runs, but, as long as something majorly bad. Like for example, unfortunately missing the
Oh, he
meme rolls on his way to
died.
pinwheel.
Uh,
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I were in this break the record live event, I would probably reset because the points is to get higher times.
Ooh.
Oh my god, Artorias is
Ooh.
such a. Look at this front flip. Oh my god, yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
no.
that is like typical Artor. Like if he doesn't want to behave, he won't. That's like painful to watch. Like, well, yeah, very cool boss.
Yeah, you can see how painful running Dark Souls is. We just lost 2 runs back to back to 2 different things. That was like honestly like a fantastic start to Artorias.
Yeah,
And then he was about to get the second spear on him. And then Artorias is like, nah, I'm out of here. And that thrust is the scariest when you're at short range. Just like being able to get out of that is awful. Poor Kada.
I guess we
I
can
think
switch to Mintius, which is about to do Guardian.
so it was a good fight to tab into.
Mintius, which is currently 7 seconds behind his PB, so steady pace.
Okay.
Not sure where his time saves are anymore.
Let's see.
Can check.
He can definitely save time in Artorias. There's no split for Guardian, unfortunately.
Yeah, he also has weird splits.
Right. Yeah, and Capra and Gaping are all sort of like confused here. Ooh, Guardian. Not giving him good RNG at all.
Can he cast after that attack?
He should be able to, yeah, but not with the pathing he's done, probably. Like, you kind of need, with that overhead attack, you need to kind of watch where he's going to be close to him when he lands, and then you can punish it. But, or maybe it's I'm talking about melee mostly because I mostly run with melee, so maybe with magic you can't do that.
I have to take a look at this Artorias segment for Catalyst. Apparently he's reset 10 times at Artorias. Not as much as you would think, but it sucks to go that far with the pace that Kata had. And then lose it to Artorias. Like, if anything, you probably are gonna bleed time, but to die there, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Yeah, he could have buffed there. Like, Artorias could have taken a chance to just, like, pull away and buff and given Cadla, like, a clean finish, but, didn't want to do that. He was aggressive.
Yeah, the thing, though, with Magic is that if you really are aggressive, he tends to avoid buffing. But, I mean, he can also, I mean, that's, you can also just spam and he goes to buff, so it's not like a 100% like consistent thing, but yeah, that was really, really unfortunate what he got there. All right, let's see how Artorias goes. And again, Mintius didn't split Guardian.
Yeah, it's really hard to follow along with runners, especially during this event when, their splits are not giving us the accurate reading that we need. Okay, so that's kind of, I think, what Kata would have hoped for, that he would have just, like, rolled back, went for the buff, and given a chance for Kata to clean that up. Alright.
Should be fine.
One more. What is happening?
Why is he switching to... Yeah, I guess that works, I guess, but...
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Ooh, did Gintov just die to Fire Sage?
Oh, I didn't...
I'm gonna check.
Oh
Yeah.
my!
I
think he did. That's definitely
Happened.
definitely going to be a reset.
That's sad.
That was heartbreaking. I looked over for a second and he was dying at Fire Sage.
Yeah, he got the AoE and then he got stuck on the branch, so he couldn't get away in time.
Classic.
Yeah, people have said that, like, Fire Sage is, like, so obnoxious to fight because just of the arena, so many branches blocking your way. Just not the nicest attacks from Fire Sage. And just having to, like, make sure he gives you an RNG that you can just, like, hit him twice with magic spells and get out. Very unfortunate. All these runs we've had going, Olsku managed to close it off. Have slipped away.
I know, we've had so many tragic run losses so far.
Yeah, which is the most tragic one you've seen so far?
Moon Glitch and Firestorm. the freaking firestorm. That both, who was it, Ghent and Iron Boy, I think? I don't remember. But I think 2 runners lost some runs.
Mintius, Iron Boy, Kata almost lost it. I think someone else as well.
Oh, I didn't see that, but yeah, Nax lost a run at Gwyn.
Yes, I feel like that was the most painful. I can't even remember if it was a PB. I think it was a PB potential. And he did miss the parry on Gwyn. And it was just like, he was bringing it home. I lost it right there.
Who lost the one there?
Nax.
Ah, damn. What pace was he on?
I wish I could remember, because it seems that I'm forgetting so much that's going on in this event with how many runs are happening. But perhaps someone will fill me in on the kind of pace that Nax was on.
Minty is doing the Kanamit strats. So far, so good.
Yeah, so if you're tuning here for the first time ever, this event is called Break the Record Live. And the entire purpose of this event is a time trial, a speedrunning time trial, where runners grind and reset, do run after run, to try and break the record in the course of 3 days. We're currently on our final day. The game right now is Dark Souls Remastered. We're running the All Bosses category and the Magic route.
Did he
and
miss? Sorry.
That's okay. These runners are competing for a $5,000 prize pool on top of the world record, which is, a pretty good accomplishment in its own right, and just PBs. But a $5,000 prize pool provided by our sponsor Kaspersky, and every one of the people on the leaderboards, which I can actually pull up on the screen right now, has a different standing and a different prize pool attached to it. So if you take a look at the screen, you'll be able to see the standings of all the runners. We have Catalyst in first place with a 102.30, Olsku in second with a 102.44, Dan in third with a 103.43, Nax in fourth with a 104.26, Iron Boy in fifth with a 107.52, Mintius in sixth with a 109.52, and Gentov in seventh with a 112.03. So what we really would like to see, obviously, someone give Catalyst a run for his money, maybe even a better record being broken, Gentov sort of getting into the sub 110 area, and just seeing how these runners shake up the standings in these last 6 hours of the event. So, Iron Boy, I think, taking a quick break here.
Yeah, so it looks like Minty has missed one cycle on. Missed some Soul Spears and Calamite, so he had a double KO.
Yeah.
He was careful.
So he lost quite a bit of time, unfortunately, to that.
38 seconds behind this PB. I mean, he can get a sub 110 if he manages to clean up the rest of this game. But I think if anything, no, he already has a sub 110. What am I even saying?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was about to say.
I was about to point out.
That's Gentov. But I think Mintius, if anything, he can improve quite a bit. He can probably try and shake fifth standing, try and overtake Iron Boy, because Iron Boy, I think, has been struggling to get some runs down today, unfortunately.
Yeah, so the drop we saw was called Meme Roll. It's actually not exclusive to the remaster. It was discovered in the remaster first, and is much easier to do in the remaster. But yeah, basically, if you have a certain percentage of item equip load, which in the remaster is between 25 and 29.1%, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's correct.
Then what's happening is that if you do a roll and you fall at the same time, the game should interrupt the rolling animation to enable a falling animation, preventing you from doing any more rolls, but for some reason it doesn't. And so it allows you to just keep rolling and rolling over and over while falling. And the benefit of that is rolling has iframes, which means you're invincible when you hit the floor. And so the moment the game tries to apply falling damage, you just don't take any because you're in the middle of a roll.
Yeah, and as Captain mentioned, you can do it in the original as well, but it's a much more precise setup.
Alright,
Okay.
Manus should be dead now.
Hi, Mans.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the time save is anymore for Mentius, but like his splits are all over the place. I think he died to Gwendolyn, right?
He did die to Gwendolyn, and he decided to go back in his PB.
Mhm.
Because he knew he could get a PB. So if there's a time save, it definitely will be at Gwendolyn. And that's one of his like last splits here.
Yeah, so that loses like 2 minutes or something, I think.
Yeah, so why are these runners dealing massive amounts of damage in this route? Do you have like a brief like overview of what's happening here?
Well, basically he has the Red Tearstone Ring, which is the biggest damage booster, and what that does is when you're under 20% health, it boosts your damage by 50%, if I remember correctly. But he also has the Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring, which increases your magic damage by 20%, and the Dust Crown Ring, which increases it by 25%, I believe.
I think it's
And
20 as well.
yeah,
Is that the Dust Crown ring or the Dust Crown?
the Dust Crown, sorry, I meant.
Yeah.
Crown, I think it's Crown of the...
Crown, not the
Yeah,
ring, because
Crown
the
of
ring
Dust,
halves
yes.
your HP. Yeah.
Yeah, and also he has about 97 intelligence, which also increases magic damage. So that's and he also has at this point in the game the spell called Dark Bead, which shoots out a bunch of beads from your catalyst. So that's why he deals a lot of damage at this point.
I mean, even against Manus, who has resistance to magic, right?
He has resistance to dark magic, I think.
Dark
Yeah.
magic.
Not regular magic.
Okay, not regular magic. Okay.
So if you try to use Dark Beat against Manus, it's gonna deal like no damage.
Okay. So how many hits does it take to kill Manus with like the soul arrows? That's
7, I think, because they can miss one.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Alright, looks good for one king.
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That was a great fight.
Nice.
Yeah, I imagine it's very exhausting for Mentius right now. I don't even know what time it is right now in Japan, but I imagine it's almost very early morning.
Apparently it's 3:30 in the morning, or
Okay.
3:42.
Yeah, it's late for Mentius. Our runners come from all over the world here.
Yeah.
And this is a 12-hour day. It's hard to catch all of them at the right time. And it being day 3, I imagine everyone wants to get as much time as possible today.
Hey, gold.
Yeah, that was a nice
Nice.
gold. They're all trying to shake up their standings. They're all trying to get a better time, compete for the world record. It's a rough day. I would say day 3 has to be the roughest. I thought day 1 would be the worst, but you know, day 1 was all about just setting that time, getting those nerves, shaking them off, and day 3 is just the pressure to get that run in that you want. Like I can't imagine myself doing 12 hours of speedruns a day.
I mean, when I do a stream that I consider very long, it's like 6 hours or something.
Yeah, but remember, these runners can actually go take breaks whenever they need to. They can
Yes, of
also
course.
practice if they need to as well, if they're finding that they're making any mistakes in these segments. Come and go as they please. And
Turns out ESA isn't an evil corporation trying to kill speedrunners by exhausting them.
no, it's all about what's...
Oh my god, the memes of
Ooh,
camera.
the dogs.
So that's why you kind of want to use hidden body instead of fall control. The dogs kept interrupting the attack. Sorry, talking about interrupting. I think I interrupted you, Ash.
No, it's fine. We talk about like what's going on at this event, and I think it's really important to pay attention to these small things and give commentary about them. But no, it comes down to runners and what they feel is like best for them, and like how they want to grind out, the kind of schedule that they want to follow. Everyone back in the early game now.
Oh, Iron Boy is switching route again, apparently.
Interesting.
So the event leaderboard isn't accurate anymore because the event leaderboard uses live splits, the runners' live splits, to be able to tell their best time.
Ooh, getting bullied
Oh,
by
what
that
is happening?
rat.
Okay.
Minty is getting bullied by a rat.
So yeah, Aaron Boy's time is inaccurate on the leaderboards because he switched to a route where he does gargoyles after ONS. So he probably wants to do something a bit more comfortable.
It's interesting though, like for him to jump out of his comfort zone, like in the event, like change routes suddenly on day 2, and continue into day 3, and then I guess he realized like his consistency is not where it was on the first day, where he got like 5 attempted runs in. He realized that like maybe this is not comfortable enough for him to keep running. I think it's a smart choice. If he really feels like this is the route that's going to be able to get him a much better PB, then he better do it now than never.
He was very consistent with the route he was doing before on the first day.
All right. Minty is here 52 seconds behind his PB.
I don't remember what was Aaron Boy's time then. Now it was a 107, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So if you head over to twitch.tv/ESA Marathon 2, you're currently on ESA Marathon, you will find the player statistics all laid out for you. The number of completed attempts they've had, the number of attempts in total during this event, their best possible times, all kinds of statistics that would really help you out in determining where these runners are at in this event.
Thank you, Typo. So yeah, because Mantius could still beat that with his current run, actually. He is like currently on a 107.10 pace. So maybe that's why Aaron Boy switched back to his other route. He wants something to be more consistent to hopefully get a safer PB to not let Mintius beat him.
I didn't even realize that. Because now it's so weird because Iron Boy swapped up his splits, like we just said. It changes standings on the leaderboard. Like this is no longer accurate.
Yeah.
Iron Boy was actually in 5th place with a 107.52. And that's going to be confusing to look at because Gentov was the last one to have to enter the sub 110. But I guess we'll also find out now where Mintius lands, even with Iron Boy having changed his splits, where the information is being drawn from.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Mintius beat Iron Boy, because even though Iron Boy has been doing very entertaining runs and consistent early games, ultimately he's doing slower routes for the most part and like safer strats than Mintius, which in an event like this makes a lot of sense to go for safer strats, to go for consistency. But yeah, Mintius can definitely get 5th place, that's for sure.
I wonder how long he's been running Dark Souls Remastered in general.
He was doing the wrong warp, wasn't he? A while ago?
Yeah, he currently has the world record in the wrong warps, 90% in the wrong warps.
I'm just not sure how much experience he has as a Dark Souls runner, because Iron Boy apparently has quite a bit.
Yeah, Iron Boy has been running the original for quite a while and switched to the remaster just for this event. I'm not sure if he did, but he's been around for quite a long. I think like the first time I saw him do runs was maybe like 3 years ago or something like that.
That was the first time I saw him anyway, as well.
Yeah, I'm sure Olsku will be back as well, but he's taking a break after a well-deserved 102.44.
Yeah.
That secured his 2nd spot.
I think it was like more than 30 seconds from his like previous event PB. So
I think so.
Very well earned by Olsku. Definitely could use a little bit of a recharge before coming back at it again. All of our runners in the early game, except Dan, finally making it out of the early game, heading towards Iron Golem, and we might be seeing an Orlando segment here. But we're going to keep eyes on Mintius for the time being. See how his Nido fight is gonna go. Ooh, got a
Oh,
scream
the
right off
scream
the bat.
strats.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing like very safe strat here, so it would definitely be faster to use soul arrows because you can just aim at Manus from far away.
Nito.
But his
Yeah.
Nito, sorry, thanks.
That's okay.
But he's using Darkbeat instead because Darkbeat shoots like it spreads around and it kills all the skeletons that are around, and so it's a bit safer to not
Did
have
he
anyone
not-
running.
Did he not cast Hidden Body as he jumped into Nido there?
He did, but he's
Okay.
going like extra safety.
Extra
like,
safe. All right. I mean, that's fair. If Mintius wants to beat Iron Boy, and if it's not going to really cost him many seconds, it might be okay. But like when it comes up, I think we'll find out as like he gets closer to the end of the run, whether he's gonna need to go for the risks. And we've seen him risk Gwendolyn, and that's one of his like last bosses before Gwen. We've seen him play very aggressively, and I don't expect him to change that.
Yeah, especially with a run like this, where he's currently 57 seconds behind his PB. So he knows that he can PB, but it relies on getting good endgame, and so he's definitely not going to play it safe. More meme rolls over here.
Yeah, just love the meme rolls.
So that's one of the other cases with the Crystal Cave full control drop, where both of those skips can be done without full control as well. But here if you use full control, it makes it way safer. So if you don't use full control here, you need to do a slope quitouts, and this one is very annoying to do because unfortunately it's pretty hard to consistently fall at the same speed. And so sometimes you fall super quickly and have to quit out very quickly, sometimes not. And so it's a bit annoying. So you just use full control, and it means you don't have to time it at all. So you just roll a bunch, and as soon as you're at the bottom, and you're sure that you're at the bottom, full control will save you, and you can just quit out safely.
I really like that. I think it was called meme rolls initially because when Remastered came out, people found that the 60 FPS was a little bit of a meme to create this like roll that wasn't possible before, and then it was only later then discovered in Prepared to Die edition that it could also happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly right now it's kind of like mind-blowing that this slept through because the weight window is huge, like from between 25% equip load to 29. Like how, I'm not sure how they missed that. Probably because they didn't have, I assume they didn't have a lot of testing for this remaster, because they probably wrongly assumed that if it wasn't an issue on the original, then there's no reason that it would be an issue on the remaster.
Ooh, Minty is getting a Quailag gold split right here. 4 seconds.
This RTSR setup is kind of weird. Like, I don't know why, but on the remaster you can just keep running and nothing will happen. But in the original, you will get staggered if you try to do the same thing. So that's one of the other things where physics kind of changed depending on on the remaster, just because 60 FPS happened.
Kada got smacked by the sorcerer's spell in the hollow room as he was like way past the hollows.
Oh, rip.
Oh, he's okay. He survived. Okay. Yeah, he just took a nasty little hit in the back there.
Also, Dan's going to be fighting ONS soon.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to that. He's going to be doing a Silver Knight Archer skip here. I think we'll be tuning back into Dan here. Seems to have a good pace going.
Yeah, that was
for himself.
Not the best aim from Mintius, but luckily you do so much damage that it's easily salvageable.
I mean, I think he needed that gold at Quailag, but it just shows that, it's possible that he will, really improve his pace by the end of the run. Like, we just don't
look
have
at that.
accurate.
Like, how did he not get staggered from? Like, it's so weird in this game. Just casually run on a slope and fall for 10 meters and nothing happens.
Yeah, just remaster logic.
Nax fighting gargoyles, getting a really clean gargoyles. Like
Yeah, nice.
tossed the bomb before the cutscene made gargoyles turn around. Wow,
Oh, that was
that was
really good.
speedy. Nax was speedy as heck there. I'm sad that wasn't a gold for him, but let's see how he did. That was just incredible fights. By
Yeah,
Nax.
unfortunately, there's like so many things happening on the gargle segment that
Yeah,
he probably lost.
he
It's kind
did.
of something you forget sometimes because the split is called gargles, so you kind of wrongly assume that it's just about gargles, but you know, there's like a lot of things on your way to gargles that are also annoying.
He doesn't even split for Taurus.
Yeah, that's probably because it's annoying to split outside of loading screens on the remaster if you play with controller.
Okay.
Because this game has like you can use either a mouse and keyboard or a controller, and you can switch seamlessly from one to another, but you can't use both simultaneously. So
Yeah, okay. Switching over to Dan here.
if he tries to split, then the game will stop listening to his controller. All right, good Ornstein from
Very good Ornstein. Yeah.
Dan, yeah. I mean, good enough. I don't think, according to Dan's face, I don't think he was satisfied.
It looks clean though. He just
Yeah, but he rolled his eyes like quite a lot. So I was like, okay, never, but maybe not. Maybe not that good. Red.
Yeah. It's not the pace that he wants, to be honest. Nothing like, you know, like I think we said that like Olsku has like had a 1706 at this point for like ONS. Oh yeah, he was not very happy with that.
No, and looking at the timer, you can see why he's gonna be quite behind here.
Right, that Smo did not go well for him. All right, and he was on a good pace. This just has a tendency to like you know what, it tosses up your run and forces you have to really fight for the rest of the run. Like ONS just like shakes everything up for you and you're like fighting for every second that you can get back later.
And Mint is still not splitting for Fire Sage and Centipede. My guess is that
Formality.
Yeah, my guess is that on his own personal splits that have names in Japanese, he didn't split for that, but I think the ESA staff asked him to make splits in English just so, because the stream uses the split name to tell, like, on the stream which split he's on.
Right.
And so he probably made splits for all of them out of, you know, formality, and then he doesn't actually split for Fire Sage and Centipede.
Yeah, that's normal because most runners don't, and he probably just took the list of like bosses and just fed them into his live split. Dan 7 seconds behind now after ONS. Kada actually getting a run going. So is Nax. Potentially even Gentov, we'll see after this Gargoyle segment. Even Iron Boy. Like everyone is like pretty much into this like early game, like past the early game at this point. Olsku, you know, taking a bit of a break here.
I don't know. I wouldn't call anything before before
You
ONS.
know what? It's the fact they didn't die to Hellkite is nice, you know, because that's frustrating. The fact that, you know, nothing, you know, too bad happened in Gargoyles also a good thing. So like there's just hollows, everything in the Undead Burg is just a bit of a mess. It's just sometimes satisfying to get out of that initial segment.
True, you can get stuck even in the earliest early game, but yeah.
All right, I think what we're going to be doing here is we're going to swap back over to Mintius. Hopefully it doesn't get Firestone by Bed of Chaos. Yeah, like you said, he hasn't split for a few segments here. And then we are going to be taking a quick break because we're going to be doing a host change. And I believe one commentator shift. I think, Captain, you're about to finish up for the day. Is that correct?
Yeah. I've been commentating for like 6.5 hours today, so I'm looking forward to getting replaced to swap with other commentators.
No, honestly, Captain, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, and it's been a pleasure being here as well. I'm really glad how this event is turning out. So
I'll
be watching closely the end of the event.
All right, first bomb here for Mintius. Second bomb down.
I don't think anyone has missed Toki Bomb so far, right?
No misses so far, unless I did not catch it.
It's Jinx now, sadly.
Okay.
Okay. Kata will be the first. Doesn't get that Firestorm. That's all we really want to see now. So it all comes down to Gwendolyn. It all comes down to Gwendolyn here for Mintius, because I feel like as long as the moan glitch doesn't happen to Priscilla, and we don't get any sketchy guardians, which we did see in Dan's run today, I believe he did die to a guardian as he was going to Gwendolyn. Then it's just how aggressively he plays Gwendolyn and the RNG that Gwendolyn gives him. But you know what? We are at the hour right now. We are going to take a 3-minute ad break, so please stay tuned, everyone. We want to thank our sponsors, Kaspersky here, for providing this very generous prize pool that the runners are trying to get a portion of with their different standings, if you'll take a look at the bottom of the screen, and Twitch for making this event possible. So please stay tuned. Captain, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to be handing it over to the next host, Argic, and I believe Regal is the next commentary caster. So you guys have a lot to look forward to. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Bye-bye.